Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got two teams who will look to their running backs to try to control the pace of the game. It's the Lions going up against the Colts. So with kickoff straight ahead, we'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome you to the heart of the Hoosier State in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana, and Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Indianapolis Colts. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. These folks are ready, and we are underway. Quan Bray now to return this football. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the quarterback, the Wisconsin product. It's Scott Tolzien.
And while in college at the University of Wisconsin, Scott Tolzien played in a run-heavy offense, but that doesn't mean he can't throw it as well. Actually dueled Andy Dalton in a big-time game during his college days.
Now Tolzien. He's got time. And his first look is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there. And that'll bring up second down. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know from an offensive perspective, you want every play to be a big play. But sometimes the defense actually wins, and they did there on that draw play. Good job by the runner just taking care of the football because he didn't want to compound a bad play by turning it over.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Tolzien. A dump down to Turbin. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On is Pat McAfee to punt it away for Indianapolis. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So Matthew Stafford brings out the Detroit Lions and the season over after a loss to Seattle in the first round of the playoffs. But you look at the totality of the year at Matthew Stafford. Middle of the season, certainly people were talking MVP, Charles. Over 4,300 yards, 24 touchdown passes as well.
And deservedly so, because not only was he playing really well, he was actually having to do things without all of his weapons. He had guys in and out of the lineup due to injuries. He was adjusting to new receivers. And guess what? He was winning big games in the 4th quarter. It almost became a regular occurrence. I thought he had a heck of a season and something really big to build on for next year.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. We get a look now at the offensive starting unit for the Detroit Lions, and one big target they have at tight end is Eric Ebron.
And they are ready for him to fulfill his promise because he was drafted to be a game breaker. Big target, guy who can block at the line of scrimmage, but really get downfield and make plays against defenders, overmatch them. They haven't seen enough of that yet. They want to come to the front in 2016.
To throw is Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Mike Adams can cover receivers whether he's playing in the slot or outside the numbers at cornerback.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And Tate just finished his 7th NFL season. First 4 in Seattle, last 3 Detroit. And each of those 3 years, 90 or more receptions. Finished this season with 91 catches, over 1,000 yards.
And I saw him expand his game in 2016. I saw him operate out wide in the slot. Also came into the backfield and got carries and then ran routes from there. His yards after catch really jumped back up in 2016. And Golden Tate has shown that he's more than capable of being a #1 receiver in the NFL.
Stafford on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran Andre Roberts is the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to the air. Stafford on second. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Butler. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And the possession switches to Indianapolis. Here come the Colts. As you look forward for them, after 3 11-5 campaigns, back-to-back 8-8 seasons, missing the playoffs, but appears Chuck Pagano will be the head coach again. Many thought he might be on the way out.
He's staying, brand new general manager in place. They'll have to work hand-in-hand together to keep improving the roster. But you just mentioned the back-to-back 8-8 seasons. In the AFC South, That only puts them about 1 game out of the playoffs. So if they can make any type of improvement, they have a chance to get back into the playoffs where they were for the previous 3 seasons.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run.
I still remember when Frank Gore came out of the University of Miami, and there were injury questions about him because of his knees. Guess what? He just had his 9th 1,000-yard season in 2016 with Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's something. It's an Indianapolis Colts franchise that the last few years has really struggled with guys running the football, but Gore picking him back up this year. He's 33. Larry Fitzgerald's 33. Those guys still producing.
And you know what the coaches say about both of them? They're the ultimate pros. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On the counter, Gore. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
2nd down following the run.
4 down, check, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39, Green, 39.
Now Tolzien. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Tolzien surveying the field. He's going to air one out and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
DeAndre Levy is one of those linebackers who makes everyone around him better when he's on the field.
Second down following the incompletion.
4 down. Here we go. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to find Dorsett. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They come up in an offset eye. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. On 1st and goal, Gore. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
4 down. Check. Hurry up, here we go. Green.
He'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts defense, they worked their way back onto the field. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this past season was tough for Abdullah. Foot injury costing him the last 14 games of the year. And that was a big blow. They could never really get that running game going, could they?
It changed everything for them because Theo Riddick, who is his backup, is really a 3rd down back, the guy that they want to use out of the backfield to catch passes in open space. He had to become more of a runner, and I think that limited his effectiveness at doing what he does best. Amir Abdullah was drafted to be their lead runner. If they keep him healthy, that'll help the Lions' offense in 2017.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Stafford gives to Abdullah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be taken down deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big play. Stafford to Tate, 46 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense, can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, Abdullah. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Again, it's Abdullah. And out of bounds, just shy of the end zone at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Theo Riddick taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
Hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Josh Ferguson with his first carry. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
7 yards to go on second down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Running again, and again it's Ferguson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. 7-all is the score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
Let's go. Green 19.
gun. They'll look to throw. Finding time. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devin Taylor in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Pat McAfee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Tate. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. First chance for the backup here to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now the second-year man from South Dakota State, it's Zach Zenner. And a nifty little deke juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They go again now with Zenner. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Zenner. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Detroit.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. So a first down and 5 for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd down, Washington. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Here's Orlovsky. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now Orlovsky. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
And when you don't pick up the necessary yardage in that situation, sometimes it starts to put a little doubt in the play caller's mind about what he's going to run on the next play. Because most of them, they thought they were going to pick it up right then and there. Now they've got to adjust what they're doing, adjust what they're thinking, and maybe they go away from what they originally thought.
On the run, it's Zenner. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go now. Green 39.
The drive will start with Josh Ferguson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Tolzien. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Ferguson on 3rd and short. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Armani Bryant in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now the first carry for Jordan Todman. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Tolzien. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Pat McAfee now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And ready to go for another offensive series. Out comes Detroit, and a Detroit team that, boy, lost in the playoffs this year. Don't have a playoff win since 1992. But it was a tough end of the season. There were injuries involved. And I know you think that this is a crew that really could make some noise again next year, don't you?
I do, because I think they gained so much confidence this season, battling back from a tough beginning, working their way into where they looked like they had a chance to win the division. And while they didn't do that, they did get into the playoffs. Despite a myriad of injuries, they think this team has a bright future, and they feel confident about 2017.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Roberts with it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, Setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A reminder coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. On first down, he'll drop to throw. The left side completion to Jones. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
3 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finds Roberts left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Orlovsky. Wright's got it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Alone to the right is Jones.
All right, here we go.
Here's Orlovsky. He's got time in the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. They'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Bolden. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
We got three, fellas. We got three. All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both teams have done enough to be leading here to this point, but in a close game, you know the second half is going to have some more twists and turns, which should lead to some excitement. All right, let's roll those highlights. Go to early in the first. Stafford's under fire and will throw the pick. Butler is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Offense now with the shot after the pick. T.Y. Hilton making a catch coming across the middle, and this play will go for 6. Colts strike first in this one. Lions take it at the 1. Riddick's going to stay up the middle, and he caps off the 7-play drive with a score. Lions tie it up at 7. We move late into the second. Orlovsky's got the completion here, and he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. So that'll do it from here. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles. They've got the second half from Indy. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll run here with Zenner. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Alone to the right is Jones. Back to throw here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They start out with a run by Ferguson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Right back to Ferguson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So it'll be first down here after the run. On the handoff, this is Ferguson. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards, and now 1st and 15. On the counter, it's Ferguson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
A second down carry for Ferguson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Single. Here we go now. 3-19.
Tolzien surveying the field. All kinds of time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Tim Wright, his intended receiver. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
Now Orlovsky. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Here's Orlovsky. Finding time. Look at the time. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, 3 that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all 3 could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run. This is Xander. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They're going to look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked, and now the rookie's free. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Vinatieri now for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. After the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
All right, here we go. 3-19!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Here we go now. Green 39!
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
He's got time in the pocket. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Robert Mathis from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Another pistol look here.
Here we go. Green 39.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Kendall Langford from his defensive end spot there for the tackle.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
3rd down and 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Running it, Washington. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, and thinking along with the offensive coordinator here, I think he felt like he could pop one big because the defense has been aggressive today. Instead, they figured it out and made a nice play.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds Roberts, complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start. Offense.
first and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Let's go! Blue 90!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Yeah, it looks like they might be expecting a pass, an extra DB in on 3rd and goal.
That's how the game has changed. Now we think pass first, even in goal line situations.
Offense.
A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. And here is motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start. Offense.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. An extra defensive back in the game here on 3rd and goal. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start. Offense.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down.
Let's go!
Now Orlovsky. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Zach Kerr in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, when you've got a kicker out there who's already missed twice, he definitely would rather have about a 30-yarder rather than one from a neighboring county.
Can we agree to just give him a pass on that one? It would have definitely been a way to turn his mood around, but instead, it's a 3rd miss and another scoreless possession.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out in the pistol. On first down, Ferguson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll hand it off to Ferguson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On third down, Ferguson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Tolzien. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. Now Tolzien surveying the field. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go now. Blue line. Blue line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going. For the deep ball. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep him within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. We get a glance at the Colts defense as they work their way back on the field. They had a clean slate last time defensively, forcing that super long field goal that was no good.
And from experience, I can tell you that, yeah, you want to block any type of a field goal attempt, but I don't know if you go all out at that distance. You send someone to the kicker to make sure they actually execute it, but you really play for a fake. You don't want to get beat that way and just play the odds, and the odds were in their favor, and the miss did occur.
They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ten yards still left on second down. Here's Orlovsky to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw now on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
In the red zone this time. Now Orlovsky. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Robert Mathis in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Tolzien. Street's got it, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down now after the pass completion. Now Tolzien throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
Let's go. 3-19.
On the carry, it's Ferguson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out here in the eye. On first, again, they go with Ferguson. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They'll run with Ferguson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And a look here at the Colts defense. And they'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. But they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. To throw. Roberts with it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. To give him 15 more, and it's another first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Alone to the right is Jones.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And there's the spike. It stops the clock at 22 seconds remaining. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. So with next to nothing left on the clock, they get Charles what should be the game-winning touchdown catch.
That felt so much like practice and preparation coming together. So many times your last practice of the week, you score the game-winning touchdown. Everyone leaves the field feeling good about themselves. They got it done for real in this situation.
He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result a Detroit touchdown. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now we've We've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start. Offense.
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start. Offense.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding time. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.